video. I just recorded this whole video just to realize that I didn't use the right adapter for my new microphone, and now I have to do it all again. Last week I went to the Netherlands. I went camping, first with my partner, then with my family, and I also went into 2 boba tea shops. So I thought we could do a little boba tea ranking today, Netherlands edition. So my family and I, we went to Amsterdam. In Amsterdam we visited this boba tea shop called So Tea, and I actually found it because it was one of the most highly reviewed boba tea shops in Amsterdam and also one of the most talked about on social media. So we went in there and it was really nice. It is a small shop, but it's very aesthetic. They have a ball pit and a statement wall behind, so you can take nice pictures of you with the boba tea. And it was cutely made, cutely designed, and you could also sit in front of the shop in a small street in Amsterdam, so it was kind of scenic, and I really liked the aesthetic. I read that this shop was actually founded by 3 women, so yay to that. We love supporting women-owned businesses. And I think what's special about the shop is, first of all, the cups, because you could choose, of course you have to pay extra, but you could choose different kind of cups, special cups that are reusable, and they look really cute also to put your boba tea in. And I think you can even bring your cup back to the shop and then they will fill it up with a new boba tea, so they are sustainable and reusable and very cute. And the other thing is the signature drinks, the menu items. Of course they have lots of different series. They have the signature drinks, they have like, I think, a K-pop kind of thing, and also mocktails, like boba mocktails, which are inspired by cocktails. The fun thing about it is also the names of the drinks. They have names such as like Resting Bitch Face Black Sugar Milk Tea, I'm Bored in the House Bored, You Stay on TikTok Too Matcha, or something like this. So really fun drink names. And they also have like a big variety of flavors and different things that they try out, like Ferrero Rocher Chocolate Galaxy Milk and Bingsu Melon, like stuff I've never really seen before. So let's jump right into the rating, and as always we start with the price. So this shop is a little bit pricey. They have a small option, or medium, normal, whatever they like to call it, and a bigger one called large. And the smaller one is 500 milliliters, the bigger one is 700 milliliters, so pretty standard. And for the smaller one you pay €5.95, and for the bigger one you pay €7.45, which I think is quite a lot of money. I've said it before, I think you should be able to get a boba tea for under €5, and you definitely can't here. So to me it is a little pricey, you know, the smallest option being almost €6. That's 1 point for me. But it does get 3 points for being vegan friendly. They have a lot of items on the list that are vegan, just in general. And you can also change the milk tea ones. You can change the whole milk for like oat milk and soy milk. I think they even had almond milk, and you didn't have to pay extra, so that's 3 points. The boba, actually none of us got the tapioca ones. We all got popping boba. I got the Big Bang Theory mango jasmine milk tea, and everyone else in my family, I think they just chose their own thing, you know, they took like green tea or black tea, added syrup and added popping boba pearls. So yeah, none of us really got to experience the tapioca. I heard it's good. Apparently it's good. Lots of people say it's good, but I can't really speak about it. I can only talk about popping boba, and these were definitely good, but also nothing special, so I would just give it 2 points. Was it fresh? I don't think they used fresh fruit. I'm not sure. I didn't see any fresh fruit being used. I know that there are drinks, like fruity drinks, even like I'm looking at the menu right now, and there are some drinks like the Stardust Strawberry Jasmine Milk Tea, where they put little strawberries next to it, and it looks like there are fresh strawberries inside. But also with mine, they put a mango right next to it, and there was definitely no fresh mango in mine. It was just a mango milk. And for the strawberry, I think it's also just the strawberry milk, so I'm not sure. But I do know that they make fresh pudding or jello or something themselves to put in. So I think the ingredients are fresh that they use, and they also have like handmade, freshly made stuff. But I'm not sure about the fruit, so I will give it 2 points. Sustainability, it gets 3 points, and I think this is one of the first ones that actually get 3 points, and it's because almost everything was reusable, so we didn't pay anything extra. You can buy these like more fancy cups if you pay a little more, but none of us paid for a fancy cup, and we still got these reusable ones. This is like the standard cup, and as you can see, you can take it home, you can use it again, you can screw off the top, just wash it out, and then, you know, put your straw in there, and they are actually pretty nice, so you don't have to throw anything away. There was like a little insulation layer in here, like a little styrofoam thing, and that's pretty much it. Even with the straws, they were packaged in paper, and it said on them, "I'm not plastic," and I think it said something about them being biodegradable or something. I'm not sure, but yeah, also there's no waste there, so 3 points. You could also buy a metal straw. Like if you wanted to buy one of these more fancy containers, you could buy a metal straw and then just take it home and you are set for life pretty much. Taste, we loved it. Like my family, they all loved theirs. I loved mine. The milk tea was refreshing. It was not too sweet. It was just the right amount so that you could drink, theoretically, you could drink like a lot of it because it's not too overpowering. And yeah, just I will let my mother speak on this one.
Green tea mango. And pineapple. There's not bubbles, there's, I don't know.
Pineapple.
But it's pineapple. And it's really, really lecker.
3 points. Now the straw insertion. I mean, there's a perfect hole for a straw in there, and there's just a little layer of styrofoam that you have to get through, and that's like, you need no force at all. You can just stick it in there really slowly and it goes in perfectly. There's nothing that can rip open or something. It's really not scary. You just stick it in. That's 3 points. It does get a star for the aesthetic, because even though it was a small shop, there was even a photo space in there, you know, and the branding is really nice, the drinks look really aesthetically pleasing. All in all, great. And does it get a grandma point? My grandma is here to tell us herself. What do you think, Grandma?
Das ist lecker. Das ist lecker. Der Pulli ist lecker. Der Schaum ist lecker. Alles lecker.
So I think it does get a grandma point. Thank you! The next city that we went to 2 days later was Alkmaar. I think Alkmaar is most known for their cheese market that is happening there like once a week, I think on Fridays or something. It only has one boba tea shop, and that's Bobalicious. I was so confused because when I was searching for a boba tea shop to go to in Alkmaar, of course there's only this one, the website said like Boba Sense and Google said Boba Sense, but then when I was there it said Bobalicious on the banners and everything, on the posters, but on the counter it also said Boba Sense. But also Bobalicious has an Instagram account, Boba Sense does not, so I'm not sure if it's the same shop. Maybe they used to be called Boba Sense and now they're called Bobalicious, or if something changed in there, if Bobalicious... Fuck you. Or if something changed in there and maybe the shop got bought by Bobalicious as a new company, or if these maybe are just two different shops and I'm just really confused. But for the sake of this video I will be calling it Bobalicious because that's their branding and their Instagram account's name. So Bobalicious it is. This was also a small shop, and I'm not sure if they just opened or reopened, but there were some boxes that were left there that were unpacked, and it kind of everything looked a little bit unfinished. I know that they were kind of trying to go for an aesthetic because they had like these seats in there with different colors, and the branding, it was really purple and stuff, but it was just not that nice. They sold ice cream in front of the shop, like in the shop itself. There was no one there, but an ice cream counter was there, so yeah, that's that. And it was also interesting to see how they made the boba tea themselves, because normally I'm used to going to the counter, like telling them my order, and then they will make the order and then they give it to you, you know. But the woman on the counter just did the tea directly with our order, you know. Like she would ask, oh, what kind of tea do you want? Green tea, black tea? And we would say like, green tea, and then she would go to the container and fill in the green tea. What syrup do you want? Okay, she puts in the syrup. What boba do you want? She puts in boba. You know, she's like making it while we are ordering it. So that was something new. Also, pretty much everywhere was just laying there on the counter, you know. The different syrups were all up there, the boba tea of course, but you could really see everything as it was being made. and it just kind of looked a little bit unfinished to me. Let's jump into the ranking. First order of business is the price, and this is they didn't have any like signature drinks or something. They didn't have anything prepared. They didn't have a menu as such with like things that they recommend. You could just choose between the different type of teas, the different type of syrups, and the different type of toppings, and that's it. And so they had different prices, also like small and large. The small, again, 500 milliliters, the large 700 milliliters, and they had different prices for if you chose a drink with milk or yogurt, if you just chose a tea. So for the green tea and the black tea, the price for the small one was €3.50, and for the bigger one it was €4.20. And if you chose milk tea or a yogurt drink, then the smaller one started at €4.50 and the bigger one was €5.20. And that's cheap as hell, don't you think? That's really cheap if you like compare it to the So Tea. I mean, the smallest one, it's So Tea, costs more than the biggest one with milk at Bobalicious. So that's cheap. To get a drink for like €3.50, get a boba tea. Yeah, so the price, it gets 3 points, of course, because it's cheap as fuck. But it does get 0 points for being vegan, because, you know, I asked the woman on the counter, like, hey, do you have anything to make this vegan? Could you change out the milk? Do you have maybe some soy milk or oat milk? And I think she didn't understand me properly, and she just told me like, oh, our milk drinks are made with this tea and then plus this milk, and it was like whole milk and stuff. So I didn't think they have any vegan options. And of course, if you just take a fruity drink, then it's vegan by default. But I'm just talking about if there's a possibility to make all of the drinks vegan, or if you can drink the milk tea ones if you're a vegan, and you really cannot, so that's 0 points. So with the boba, again, none of us took a tapioca drink, also because, you know, none of the milk teas were vegan, so I just took a fruity one and wanted some popping boba with this. But still, the boba itself and also the syrups, they had like a wide variety. Oh god. They had many different flavor options for the syrup and for the popping boba. And I also got to try something that I've never tried before, which was pomegranate boba pearls, and the pearls were good. My mom actually really liked them because she took the blueberry ones and she was like, oh, they really taste like blueberry, like if you put blueberries in a smoothie, it's like the same taste as like these bobas and stuff. So we just give them 2 points, because I cannot speak on the real boba, the tapioca ones. I don't know. Is it fresh? There was nothing fresh in there. I saw no fruits. You couldn't add any fruit or stuff. They had nothing was like self-made or homemade or stuff. It was all just, it just came from a box, you know. And I mean, that's fine if you got if you get a drink for €3.20. Of course, there's not going to be like fresh fruit and stuff in there. But yeah, that's 0 points for freshness. Sustainability. I mean, they gave us paper straws, so that's a point, I guess. Yeah. Now the taste, for me, it's like a 1 point because it was nothing special. It had kind of a little bit of the aftertaste that you sometimes get with these fruity drinks. But my mother liked this one more than the one she got at Soti. You know, I got a milk drink, but she got two fruity ones, and she liked this one better. She said like it's not too sweet for her, and she really liked the taste of the blueberry. Maybe she just likes blueberry more than strawberry, but anyway, I respect her and her opinion, so this will get a 2 point. Now, straw incitation. This was a complete disaster. It was so scary. You had to use so much force because, again, this paper straw and the plastic thing on top, it's not mixing very well. So I actually had to put my cup down and use 2 hands to be able to exert enough force. And my mother, she was drinking it a little later when we were already walking down the street. She had to put it on the street, on the floor, so that she had enough of a resistance to push in the straw. And then when we finally got to push it in, the whole plastic covering just ripped open. So like, no, it gets 0 points. This is scary. For the aesthetic, I don't think it deserves a star, because what is there exactly that's supposed to be aesthetic? I saw them trying, you know, with the lilac and purple and to be kind of more cute, but yeah. A grandma point. Well, my grandma was with me, of course, and what can I say? She drank it when I was asleep, so I don't know what she thought about it. But I would just base this. I think she probably liked it because she just likes these fruity teas and stuff. But I will base my opinion on the fact, like, if I would take her there again, and I don't think I would. I mean, yeah, probably she liked it because it was cheap. It was a fruity tea, you know, and there were many different options for her to choose, but it's just nothing that I would, if my grandma was coming to visit, I wouldn't go with her there. So, yeah. Okay, so after visiting the Netherlands, I'm now back in Germany, back in Berlin, and we will go back to our regular scheduled content, which is the 2 of us doing stuff together and not just me running around trying different boba teas.